Hello and welcome to the channel. Just first bit of admin, I'm nearly hitting 1,000 subscribers, so if you do subscribe, it'd really help me out. I'd really appreciate it, because in this video, we're going to be looking at this. So this is the Staresso Discovery 2 electric grinder. So this runs off a battery. It's a coffee grinder, and I think this is going to be brilliant for someone who has a portable coffee machine, of which I'm also going to be looking at. So we're going to be looking at this, and this is the first look of this, okay? So just subscribe, because I'm going to do a full review on this, but we're going to have a look at what we get in the box and the first impressions of this, okay? So let's crack on. So here we are then. This is the Staresso Discovery 2 electric coffee grinder. I've also been sent this, the Mirage Plus, the Staresso coffee espresso maker, so portable espresso maker. This is a manual one. I'm going to be making a separate video on this as mutually exclusive to this one. So this video is just going to be the grinder, but if you do subscribe, I'm going to have a first look and a full review of this on the channel soon. So here it is then, the Staresso Discovery 2 electric coffee grinder. That's the box it comes in. Not much to it, but the first thing you'll notice when you pick it up, it's an half weigh something, so we're going to get that weighed when I get it out. So that's just a slip that comes off, and then the box. First up, the manual, different languages, in English at the front there, just to show you how to work it. Brilliant. Next up is a lovely carry bag. It's a kind of velvety feeling, so carry bag. USB-A to USB-C. A couple of brushes, so I guess every time you do a grind, you're going to want to clean it out a little bit, and this will help out with that cleaning. And then the grinder itself. As I said, when you first get it out, it feels weighty, it feels lovely. So let's get it weighed. So 687 grams. That kind of gives you an impression of how hefty this thing is. Really feels premium quality. It feels metal all the way along, but this bit down here is smooth. This is where I guess where you're grinding into. So this is all smooth, and this is all ridged in here. Can you see this? All nicely ridged. Unlock and lock. So unlock is that way. So that's where you're going to put your beans in. Put it back on, and then lock it that way. And then down the bottom. Oh yeah, listen to that. See if I get this near the mic. So I'm going to be unscrewing this bottom bit. Listen to this. Lovely. Really nice. And that's where you can grind into if you need to. 0 to 11. So I'm guessing 0 would be the finer, up to 11, which will be the more coarse. I think, I would assume. Set that to how you want to. Put that back on, and then on the top, the last thing is USB-C for charging, and then your power button. And then you can see how much power you have there. So I guess 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, 75 to 100. And if we leave it going, it does stop automatically. I believe it stops automatically when it's run out of beans. There we go, so it stopped. So let's get this plugged in with the USB cable that we have. There we go, and you can see how much it's charging. So 75 to 100, we're nearly at full max. I'll go through all of the stats and how many grinds I get out of it in the review. But what we're going to do now is I'm just going to quickly grind some of these beans. So these beans you can't actually buy because I roasted them myself. We're just going to put a few in and see what we get out of this machine. So let's just give a little bit of a tidy up. Okay, so as I've been prepping to grind, you'll see here the indication here. So if you turn it this way, you get it more finer because it's smaller coffee beans, and then turning it this way makes it more coarser because there's the larger coffee beans. And when I was trying to get it onto the 0, it's quite stiff to get it onto the 0 compared to the others. So I'm not going to go down to 0. But what I will do is I will go quite fine just for this. This is not scientific at all, but I'm just going to stick it on, what's halfway? 5. I'm going to stick it on about halfway, which is about the 5, okay? So I'm not going to be too scientific. I'm just going to put only like a small spoonful because we don't want to overload the machine on the first go. So let's just pop those in. Okay, so it's probably about a quarter full, if that. And then pop this back on. Lock it like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind directly onto this plate so we can have a look at them, okay? Right, so that stopped automatically. And you saw how high I was holding up. I mean, I must have been about 4 centimeters from the plate, and look at the spread. You're going to need to put it into this just so it doesn't go everywhere like this, but that's not too bad. And if we use the 2 brushes that came with the kit, just to get rid of all of the grounds away from there. I'll tell you what, look at that, that's cleaned up nicely, isn't it? Let's have a look inside here. Bit of coffee in there, which we can get rid of. But that is impressive. After one go, hardly any coffee residue in there, and I've just poured it out and there were no grinds left in the burr at all. So that's nice. Lock it up. Screw it back on. So as we said, it was on 5. And that actually feels, could go coarser. I think you need to coarser for an espresso, but that is quite fine as well. Really only a couple of major lumps as well, but that looks pretty good from the first go. Okay, right, so now what I'm going to do is I have a microscope and I'm going to put some of the coffee in here and we're going to go and take a look at it on the microscope. Okay, so right, so we're recording now, and I'll leave that up there of what we can see in here. So there we have it. That was the grind. That was on a 5 grind. Right, now let's take it over to the plate and see what we can get off here. Okay, look at that. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and in the review, I'm going to grind up all the different grinds and we'll have a look at them through the microscope to see if we can tell the difference between, hopefully I can get all 11 different grinds, but it'll probably be 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 to 11. We'll see what we can do for this. But overall, this is a really classy, well-made piece of kit. I think if you're going to be going out camping, this is definitely should be on your list if you want to do ground coffee. So that was my first look at this in the Staresso Discovery 2 grinder. First impressions, cracking, really good. Do subscribe because I'm going to be doing a full review. I'm going to be putting it through its paces, which should be quite easy because the first off, it seemed really good. And we'll do, as I said, do all the grinds. So if you're looking for a portable battery coffee grinder, I'll leave links down below where you can get hold of this, but so far so good with this. Okay, I hope that's been of use. Look out for the review and look out for the portable Staresso espresso maker that I'm going to be doing on the channel as well. So please do like, please do subscribe. Till the next video. Bye-bye.